Tromsø, located in northern Norway, is a place with a fascinating natural phenomenon. For about 2 months, it experiences a period of polar night, during which the sun does not rise above the horizon. This occurs from late November to mid-January. However, Tromsø isn't completely dark. During this time, the city receives a twilight-like glow due to the reflection of sunlight from the surrounding atmosphere and mountains. This unique phenomenon has shaped the culture and lifestyle of Tromsø's inhabitants. Here's an untold story of Tromsø and its connection with the sun. Polar night and the midnight sun. Tromsø's connection to the sun is a story of extremes. In the summer, the city experiences the midnight sun, a period from late May to late July when the sun doesn't set at all. But in winter, the lack of sunlight is equally powerful, as the city plunges into darkness for most of the winter months. During the polar night, locals embrace the darkness by celebrating their cultural and festive events. The period of constant twilight allows for viewing the spectacular northern lights, a major draw for tourists. The city, despite the lack of sunlight, becomes alive with these natural lights. Adaptation to darkness. Tromsø residents have adapted to living in a city that experiences extreme light and darkness. The lack of sunlight can lead to what is known as seasonal affective disorder, but the locals counteract this with a strong social culture. Many engage in outdoor activities like skiing and dog sledding even in the dark, ensuring they stay active and positive during the long, dark months. The city has also embraced modern lighting to brighten up public spaces, making the winter months a bit more cheerful. Tromsø is home to the Arctic University of Norway and several research institutions that study climate change, the polar environment, and the northern lights. The city's scientific community is deeply involved in understanding how extreme conditions affect both the natural world and human life. The sun's absence and return are critical to this research, as they influence everything from local weather patterns to wildlife migration. Tromsø has been a historical gateway for Arctic exploration. It was once a key departure point for expeditions to the North Pole. Its strange relationship with the sun has made it a place of mysticism and intrigue. For centuries, the indigenous Sami people, who still live in the region, have had a spiritual connection with the land and its cycles, including the sun's absence and return. Their traditions and stories about the sun's movements are an integral part of their cultural identity. In recent years, Tromsø has become a major tourist destination for those seeking to experience the polar night and the northern lights. Visitors can take part in various activities like snowshoeing, snowmobiling, and whale watching. Yet Tromsø isn't just a place to observe natural phenomena. It's a city that thrives despite the sun's absence. The bustling cafes, museums, and festive atmosphere make it clear that life in the Arctic, even without sunlight, is full of warmth and resilience. The resilience of life in the Arctic, where the absence of the sun for months doesn't lead to despair, but instead fosters a unique culture and a connection to the natural world. The story of Tromsø is one of light and darkness, both literal and metaphorical, where the sun may be absent, but life and light still prevail in different forms.